Hi, I'm Derek, and this is The Funny Farm. Today, we're going to do something a little different than tractor repair. We moved here 3 years ago. We figured out that there was no insulation in this old farmhouse. Back in the day, they wanted this house to breathe. Last year, we completed rim joist insulation and air sealing. It's cut our expenses on heating and cooling, mainly through electric and gas, about 32%. That saves me a lot more money for other fun things around the place. So what we decided to do is now work our way to the upstairs and the attic, and to air seal the attic, clean out the attic, and reinstall new insulation. So join me in this fun winter expedition to go and try to save some money and air seal and insulate our old farmhouse. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys get something good from this, and I will do a breakdown in the comments of our savings. I will also link everything we've used in this video in the description. So please like and subscribe. I appreciate everyone watching. Hopefully you're having a safe winter. Let's go get them. All right, so up here, this is ground zero pretty much. We are in the attic, our topmost attic. Step one, we have 10 fans or lights or recessed lighting that are, spread out throughout the attic. We're going to find all those. We're going to try to cap them off. See, I'm going to place this wherever I can, these recessed lighting caps, and then I'm going to spray foam around these as well to give a good tight seal. Anywhere that there's just a single wire hanging through for whatever multiple of reasons, I'm going to spray foam just around that as well. Just try to again cap off and seal, air seal any heat, rising or cold air falling. Something simple like that, making it sit a little bit better, more flush. Any of these boxes that have wires, of course, all of them have a wire coming out, at least one, probably more than one, crisscrossing around this attic. Make some slits so these covers will sit a little bit more firmly on that, I guess, the top of the ceiling. Also, I don't want any foam in any of these junction boxes. Applying a caulking to all of these junction boxes just to help seal them up. Then they're going to get a cover over them. Make sure to check your local area if you just need to be fire, some type of fire resistant or fire resistant spray. There's all types out there: Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, local places. So I'm using this, and then just as added protection so that we don't have any air going up or down. I'm going to put this cap over. This gable fan has been sealed off. This does not work. And again, I'm just going to lay a 1-inch insulation over each one of these. And this should be our future daughter's bedroom. Here's the second one. That should be our son's bedroom. Okay, here's one. I have 3 more caps to use over here. This is the 2 kids' bedrooms in the hallway upstairs. Any that are small holes, I'm just going to seal with some foam. I'm not going to put a cap over it. But there's a couple of boxes up here on this side. Let's see if we can find them. Here's the other side of the house, attic. Again, there is nothing down here. The other side has a little bit of insulation. Someone laid probably in the 70s or 80s or maybe earlier. And I laid a couple pieces up there just from some of the excess DIY projects, but nothing serious. Like I said, then spray foam around the edge of this to seal this up. I'm doing this so that I don't miss any air sealing opportunities. I don't want to miss something up here because it's covered with old insulation. I want to make sure I get everything that I can. But I'm doing that so that I don't miss any positions. If this is some of that old insulation I've been moving back and forth and around, what I'm going to do is try to clean up all of the that yellowing insulation. It's not very thick. Oh, probably just a couple inches, but there are quite a bit of bats of this in here. I'll stack the pink that I put up here last year, and I'll probably keep that, put it back down, but I don't want to go over with blown-in insulation with the really old stuff. You know, I feel like if I'm up here, I might as well do it right. Don't do it twice. All right, this side is now entirely foamed. I'm gonna work on the opposite side. This is the crevice above the staircase. I have this outlined. We're gonna go ahead and I already used some liquid nail on this. I'm just gonna foam around this, spray foam, and just seal this thing up. But again, we get a terrible draft coming down, and you know, all that cold air sinking down. So hopefully this eliminates that, and that's gonna be it for our air sealing of this upstairs. We're then gonna go to both gable walls using this again, just this 1-inch foam board, just using 15-inch sections on those gable walls. So let's get this thing foamed up. Here's the stairwell in our house. Again, you can always feel a good breeze coming as you're walking up these steps, mainly because this light up here is not air sealed, or wasn't air sealed, and that giant cavity all through the top of this. Okay, these gable wall ends, these are about 15 inches apart, as you can see, just eyeballing. Some are bigger than others. I've cut about 30 or more pieces of 1-inch insulation. We're gonna go ahead and glue onto these. Now, is this gonna extremely help? I don't know, but I can definitely see some daylight out of these. We have some, you know, Tyvek on the outside. I've also wiped these down with a broom, any cobweb. We also had new siding installed about 2022. So I do think this, you know, it'll help. You know, why not do it while I can, while I'm up here? And of course, this is all empty. So again, here are some of the sheets I've cut. I'm gonna put them up here. The longest they can be is 54 inches. And I'll just break them or cut them with a knife as I go. Again, we're just gonna use some liquid nail for these. I think they'll stick. Let's find out. Mostly done. We have two 12-inch sections to go. A couple miscellaneous pieces I need to add in. All right, we're all covered on this side. Might be one or two little things, but we're moving on to the other wall. Working on wall number 2, same idea. This no longer applies. It's all covered up. Let's keep chipping away. Again, these are 15-inch. Next step is these baffles. I have 48 to place. Let's check these out. I haven't really worked with these, but the idea is to keep the air from just going in or through from that soffit right into where I have all the laid insulation. So it's gonna go up 4 feet up and try to get that air suspended. That way it has a better chance of getting up and out and circulating out instead of laying low. And depending on what time of year in our climate 5 zone, you know, going down or coming up, depending on, you know, what the temperature of that is. So hopefully this helps that. You know, do it once, do it right. Don't have to think about it. I'm gonna staple these and I'll show you what that looks like. I want proper breathing of this attic. So I'm gonna run this where this east vent comes out at. So this baffle's 14 inches wide, helps us out because we got about 15 inches in between here. So part of this is gonna get bent down and just gonna channel that airflow up, again, up. And we're not gonna stick insulation in there and get it all, you know, we want this thing to breathe. We don't want that to get moldy, get condensation, things like that. So again, this is definitely a dirty job. So placing things up again, I've cut it about, cut this about 8 inches. So it stands. We can butt up all the insulation against this, but it leaves this vent open from the soffit to then travel up the rafters. We have 4 feet of these, and I've stapled it, giving us an outward access for this air to move up and over all the insulation. So I'm just running these 24 on each side of the roof. instead of removing this newer insulation, this is R13 I had left over, I'm gonna lay this face down, and then I'm going to add in our cellulose blown-in insulation on top of this. So let me just, again, move these around. This is not much, it's just some R13. But I figured I would have this face side down. I'll lay this along our joists. And since we're in climate 5, I wanted that paper retarder to be, you know, on the bottom or against the top of that ceiling plate. So some of what I had, I just laid down. Again, this is some R13. Now let's go try to find what I want to put up here. So everything's air sealed, gable walls are done. Baffles are in, we're ready to rock and roll. Using some screws, some 2x8s, 2x6 that I've had laying around. So we can make some really quick, easy shelving for some pretty light totes, some clothes, kids' clothes, nothing crazy. But the rest of this is all cleared out and we are ready for some insulation finally. We have a insulation being taken here this week. I have a free unit rental from Home Depot. We're using cellulose blown-in insulation. I'll talk about why, but we are just about ready to rock and roll with this. Here's our blown-in insulation unit from Home Depot. This is for the cellulose. Connects here. We have 100 feet of hose. I think that's 3-inch hose. This is what we decided. I wanted this because it's much cheaper than bat insulation, and I wanted to make it at least an R60 value. Sanctuary by Green Fiber. Hopefully this adds up well. I calculated 40. Let's see if that holds true. We have 450 square feet of attic space. I want to have an R60 value, so roughly 18 inches give or take. Thankfully, I'll have my father-in-law load this insulation hopper. It's going to run up our first roof into the hallway upstairs, and there's a direct access to the attic right there. So hopefully it's not too long or too steep of a climb for this unit. We're gonna find out. This is a free rental for 1 day, 24 hours. If you get it on a Saturday like I did, you can pick it up at 6 a.m., which I did, and you can keep it till 9 a.m. the next day. There's plenty of Home Depots locally, so if I run out of insulation anymore, there's a couple locally within a 10-mile radius. So hopefully we'll be all right. Let's get suited up. Make sure to always have all your safety equipment.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to consider this project done. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'm going to place some things in the comments below throughout time, but again, this has been a really fun, challenging, but exciting project to accomplish here at the farmhouse. We went through and air sealed that attic. We installed baffles. We sealed the gable wall ends, and we were able to put a roughly 18 inches or R60 in a climate 5 zone in that attic. Most is probably between 16 and 18 inches. It's going to settle about 2 inches over time. So that gives me a lot of breathing room, and it makes me pretty happy that I think we're going to be able to bring down our bills a lot and in the right way. So again, I will link everything I used in the description below, and I also always comment in the next month, which would be April and May, so those bills, and see how that compares to last year after our basement renovations. So I'll be looking at kilowatt consumption and our MCF usage for gas. So those are the two things I'll be comparing. So how big of a drastic change is this? I'm hoping with the basement and with the attic, we save about 50% in our energy bills per month. That's the goal. That's what we're getting at. So again, thanks for watching. The next update on the property will most likely be barn paint and some new windows and things like that. Some updates to the barn. We have a couple new tractor videos coming out soon as well. So again, thanks for watching and enjoy your spring.